Hello, my name is Anna Talley, and today I'm presenting a short overview of my master's dissertation for the RCA VNA History of Design program. The title of my dissertation is How Google Uses Design for Profit and Power, Neocolonialism and Google's Material Design Guidelines. My study of Google's material design guidelines explores how Google uses design as a tool to augment the company's neocolonial actions. It reveals the 20th century imperialist origins of material as a modern design system and examines how these origins inform the functioning of material within a contemporary neocolonial context. Though previous researchers have looked at Google's control over the global online advertising market and the impact of search algorithms on minority communities, this study's framing reveals how a contemporary design system can be used for neo-imperial purposes and is the first to critically investigate Google's design. The dissertation serves to answer the overall question, how is material design used to enhance Google's profit and control within a neocolonial context? So what is Google Material and what makes it interesting? Well, material design is a set of design guidelines released to the public by Google in 2014 on their website material.io. The guidelines were created primarily to help Android software developers create better user interfaces and user experiences on Android, Google's mobile operating system. Materials design philosophy comes from actual physical material. There are certain rules that digital elements must follow, like objects can't pass through other objects, they have directional shadows, and they create depth by mimicking elevations. Further, material is also used as Google's brand. Material design is a design system created by, used by, and marketed by Google. This was interesting to me at the outset of the project. To some degree, material is just like any other modernist design system. Nothing about design standards are new, and nothing about a company having a cohesive modernist identity is new. But why would Google release its own branding guidelines to the world? What drove Google's desire to establish a cohesive visual branding system that they could release to developers and UI/UX designers? And what effect does this have on third-party apps? And most importantly, how might this be an expression and distribution of Google's power? These questions led me to form the three areas of inquiry I used to investigate Google in material design, which became my three chapters. First, I explored the connection between ideologies developed in mid-century modernism and their influence on material design. By exploring the modernist foundations of material design that underpin its development in aesthetics, it was possible to understand how the guidelines perpetuate universal ideals that are today being critiqued for their colonial roots. Second, I looked at how material design is situated within a youth context in the Global South. This chapter explored how Google's obsession with speed informs the design of its products, which ultimately serve to deliver advertising to users. Debunking the idea that material design was created purely for the benefit of the user, I reveal how material is designed to enhance speed, or give the impression of speed, which benefits Google by securing their hegemony in mobile markets. Looking specifically at Google's desire to reach mobile markets in the Global South, I show how material design enhances the functionality of websites and apps operating on Android software, allowing Google to profit more easily from non-Western markets. Third, I explored the role of Google as a designer, as the creator and source of the material guidelines, and the implications of such control, concluding that material undermines designers by providing more design agency to developers, therefore amplifying Google's role in the design process. Placed within a larger context, Google's control of material design is an indication of Google's wider authority over the Android ecosystem, which serves their neocolonial business practices. Material design thus becomes a kind of black box, concealing Google's malicious practices in data collection and advertising profit. These inquiries reveal how material design fits into modernist design histories, stylistically and ideologically, and explain why this is problematic. They examine material design's interaction with mobile hardware and advertising profit models, revealing how this implicates the company in neocolonial acts, and they uncover how material design functions as a visual black box over unfair profiteering and wider technological hegemony held by Google. Comparative visual and rhetorical analysis of digital primary sources, including Google's websites and blogs, industry literature, including websites and online magazines, promotional videos, lectures, and oral interviews were methods I used in tandem with analysis through decolonial frameworks, particularly Michael Quet's theory of digital colonialism, to unpack how material design plays a role in both concealing and furthering Google's neocolonial actions. Ultimately, this dissertation brings to light the way digital design works to further the neocolonial ambitions of Google, adding a new element to the complex web of social, economic, and cultural factors that have allowed the company to become globally influential. More broadly, it reveals how modernist design systems can perpetuate and support neocolonial ideologies and actions in the 21st century. Third party designers and employees at Google might not recognize the role they play in furthering these ideologies through their work. And so, in the conclusion, I offer decolonial design theories from the work of Grossfogel, Mignolo, Anzari, and Costanza Chalk as frameworks to rethink how designers might address global audiences. Thus, this dissertation is in the position to intervene in current design practices and shape the future of digital design systems. If you're interested in seeing a concise printed form of this presentation, please do take a look at the 2021 History of Design publication, where you will also find the dissertation abstracts and research profiles of my brilliant colleagues from the program. If you would like to get in touch with me directly to discuss this project or any other work, please feel free to reach out at anna.talley@network.rca.ac.uk. Thank you for listening and keep well.